as you can see, moving across his crease. He knows that Rohit wants to bowl outside off stump, and Kashif wants to hit it over the leg side. There's no one back at cow corner, no one in that region at all. That's where he goes, and he's gone big. That's the first 6 of the day. There's no one back there. It's a safe shot. Both of the players that are back on the boundary during this power play are behind the wicket. That's the first 6 of the day. Ali Kashif. Well, Vinny, 10 off the first over. Not a bad start for Rangers.
Yeah, well, it's a good finish that first over, wasn't it? And you can see what Kashif is capable of. We haven't quite seen the best of him yet, I think, this week. And Dylan Staines been picking up the slack for the Rangers. And good morning to you, Danny, and good morning to Talia and Oki, of course, in the commentary box, and to all of our viewers out there. It's wonderful to have your company today, and you can see it's a beautiful day in the Czech Republic so far. Just a light breeze, genuine light breeze, and blue skies, and very excited about bringing you 4 matches of T10 cricket on the network today. And all the Rangers, can they make it 6 in a row? And they've got a very good chance of doing that with this match, and they'll be playing in the second match this morning as well. So
they do have a very good chance, Vinny, and the conditions, as I said, perfect for cricket. And you won't see, I don't think, the exaggerated swing that we've seen over the whole week because of that firm wind that's come across the ground. There is a breeze, but it's not
too strong.
You'll see it in the flags when the flags come into picture eventually.
Here's Christopher Tebb. Now, he was really good yesterday for the Rooks. He's one of their shining lights. He's going to come in to bowl the second over.
It's a little bit short. It's been hit just that man at backward square leg. They'll only get a single.
It's the sort of player you wonder, actually, Chris Tebb, whether they'll push him up the order, because he did bat well, and they really struggled to put runs on the board yesterday. And I think it's a matter of getting their players up the top of the order that are in some sort of kind of form and showing some sort of aggressive instincts. And he chanced his arm a bit, Tab, but apparently hearing that recently played in Dubai when it was 45 degrees, and he's come here and played in 2 degrees. So he was saying, well, when can I play a match where it's just a normal temperature? So here he is right now.
It's been dabbed down by Ali Kashif, just under third man for a single. As you can tell, we have a long off. It's one of the Naveens, Naveen Gunasekharan. He's down here, as you could hear from Talia's reaction. She's keeping a good eye on him. He's going to a regular mid-off, and she's just relaxed a bit.
We're hearing a lot of people in the chat yesterday wondering where the dogs are. I can tell you, they're here. The fielders down at long off know they're here as well. Here's Teb.
Just turned around the corner, nice shot, just a single. Yeah, they needed a day off. They just looked at me yesterday morning, and you could just tell on their faces, it's just like, nope, we're not coming. And I'm glad I didn't bring them, actually, because with that storm that came in, they would have been terrified, I think. But beautiful conditions today. They couldn't wait to get to the ground. They love running around. They greet people as well. They come and say hi to friends. They know Phil G very well, who's here helping out again, and the scorers, the umpires. This one's wide, called a wide.
Sorry, what to my mic off. It's all right. Well, we can say Talia is pretty keen to get into it.
I'll keep her a little bit closer. He turned around there, Naveen.
Naveen Gunasekharan. He's saying, put me anywhere else.
Do we call it a natural hazard?
I think it is. Next one. Swing and a miss. I want to say a big hello to everyone in the YouTube chat as well. And, well, let us know where you're watching from around the world. Mohammed Russell's watching. Nice to see you. And I hope you're having a nice day so far. Kerno's in there as well. Belgium's still taking a bit of time. And he's watching. He's lurking, I think, Luke Belgium. Won't see him in the chat too much, but he's lurking and does follow games very closely, doesn't he, Luke? And hello to you, Luke, if you're listening to us. And Jackson Redex is in there from Canada as well, so guys are watching.
It's well bowled there by Chris Tebb.
Any questions that you've got or comments? Questions in particular, hashtag Ask Commentators, and we'll get to as many of them as we can. And that's one of the unique and special aspects about the Fancode European Cricket Series. You can converse with myself, Vinny, Mr. Maximo, as well as Danny Hudacek on air, and any questions in particular about Czech cricket you might have. Danny's the man on the ground here. He's got some excellent local knowledge. Enjoyed watching Tebb. He's fairly new to the scene here in the Czech Republic.
It's down leg side, just be a leg by. They'll come back. That's well run, that. You saw he's still trying to pick the ball up. The fielder there, slight fumble, and Dylan Stain it's good cricket. He ran it hard.
Yeah, look at him go hard on that first run.
Turned hard, and straight away he knew that he could make it back. That was very, very good running. That's how you should do it, kids.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's the reason that he's been so effective in this format and in these conditions. As we get to the end of the second over, 17 for no loss.
Yeah, it's a good start. I think nice over there from Chris Tebb. It's been there was 7 of it with the leg byes. And Naveen Gunasekharan is still he's still right in front of us. Talia keeping guard, doing a job. He doesn't like people coming to the tent. People she doesn't know, at least. Here comes Rohit. This one's hit up in the air, and don't know if it's going to reach the boundary, is it? It is. It's a 6. And a nice shot from Ali Kashif.
He hits his second maximo of the morning, and he's man ready to do some business. Ali Kashif, sorry, miss out once or twice. Maybe once he was run out without facing a ball, but it's a sunny morning, better batting conditions, and he sends this one over the ropes as well.
Yeah, as I said, there's probably not going to be as much movement in the air. So this one's talking about being in the air. He's under it. Gunasekharan, I think he'll take it, and he will. That's Ali Kashif gone. It's a difficult catch. He has to contend with Talia barking at him as well, and didn't quite get hold of it. Just got a little bit too much air. That was a good catch out there.
He's getting carried away with his own hype, Ali Kashif. And look, he got quite a bit of it, but got the height, didn't get the distance. And, well, you can see why Gunasekharan's down there. Well, Talia, she's not going anywhere. She's going to be in the tent. Keeping a good handle on her there, Danny. It's important. The first wicket of the day goes down. It's 23 for 1 in the third over.
I think pretty much he did his job, Ali Kashif. He's in there to hit over the infield while the power play is going. And even though he hit 2 sixes, I don't think they were as cleanly hit as what I've seen in the past. That man's going forward now to his relief. He's going to a regular. Actually, it's a mid-on to the left-hander.
Yeah, they crossed all the balls in the air, didn't they? So they got the deep square leg out. And at the moment, trying to spot the other outfielder. They've just got one out at the moment, so it's a bit of a risky strategy. You're allowed 2. Probably would have a deep fine leg or a deep third man to Stain, but they're keeping the pressure on.
This will be a big partnership for Rangers. This one's hit straight, and he's dropped him. Almost the commentator's curse.
It's a really good effort, wasn't it, from the captain, Naveen Padmaraju, who had to move quickly, and he launched himself at it. It's just off the end of his fingers, but this would have been a really handy wicket for the Rooks.
Yeah, it would have been. And he's vital to this team, Padmaraju. He's not only is he the captain, he's a very good bowler, and I've seen him hit big innings as well. So I think we haven't seen the best of him with a bat, but as I said, and we both said actually, Vinny as well, the conditions much better here for batting, and more comfortable for everyone. It's just pushed out by Jan Hoffman.
Good start from Hoffman. He can play the big shots. Typically takes 1 or 2 balls to work himself into his innings. And what are we going to see from Jan today?
I think he punishes the loose ball very well. and he is a good batsman. So he's a good cricketer. He bowls as well, he keeps, and he's very good in the field. So good all-round cricketer, Jan Hoffman.
Got the jinx on him there. But, I know, we've seen him hit a few shots. And I think once he's hit a couple of big shots, he's kept going and maybe not settled down a bit so far in this tournament. Gets a bit carried away when I think the Rangers, I'd like him to bat a bit longer. And look, the Rangers, they've still been winning. That's the scary thing. I think they have got players that can perform better as well. At the moment, it's been carried away with the batting side by Stain and players like Rahat Ali with the ball have been getting them through. They've just been getting it done. But yeah, I think they have another gear they can go to, the Rangers.
Yeah, I think you're very right there, Vinny. That was Rohit. Someone just played off his legs. Nice shot, nicely timed. They should get 2. They're comfortable 2 in the end.
Easy 2. Hoffman good running. And Dylan Staney generally lifts the players he's batting with to run to his level. That's what I like about his influence. He's definitely a young man, but he's a leader. At the end of the third over, it's the end of the power play. It was 26 for 1 after 3.
Yeah, Dylan's been in the Czech Republic for a few years, about 3 years. He's got a young family as well, living down Brno way, and he's been great for Czech cricket. He's a big influence around the club, and because he sets high standards, and his enthusiasm as well is infectious. So it runs through the whole club.
Yeah, it's good that you have that kind of enthusiasm. You need it in European cricket as well. Obviously the cameras are on this weekend, but a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, and a lot of people put in a lot of effort to make cricket happen in this part of the world. Here's Teb back for his second over.
It's a inside edge down to deep fine leg. They'll look for 2, they won't get it. But a bit of luck there maybe for Dylan Stain. Good bowling though from Chris Tebb. He's very consistent. Can bat a bit as well, as you saw yesterday. Didn't quite get his timing right, but I think you see that. We've seen that all week, where there's only been a couple of players, Dylan Stain being one, Fred Heidenreich for Vinarati. There's only been a couple that have really timed the ball nicely. And I think it's partly to do with the conditions, partly to do with the fact that it's really early in the season here in the Czech Republic, and there's been very little net time and very little game time for these players. But in saying that, they've all played a few games now, so I think you'll see the stroke making to a high standard. And that's a lovely shot. Hit it to cover though, just be a single. Again, well timed there from Jan Hoffman, just picked out the fielder though.
Comment I like here from Irfan Ali a few minutes ago in the chat. What if the dog catches the ball instead of Gunasekaran? Give you an answer though. Well, she's probably not going to catch the ball. If she did, it's 12 Dream 11 points for Talia. Get Talia in your Dream 11 team.
It's Oki's more likely to catch the ball. She's
Oki's a good fielder.
She's a very good fielder.
I've seen her with the tennis ball.
Yep.
Probably cricket balls and dog's teeth probably don't go very well together. Here's Deb.
This one's nicely timed. Straight down is through the skipper, and it might reach the boundary. It won't though, and they'll look for 3, and they'll come. No, Dylan Stain. He's again, he turned and started to come, which was exactly what he should do.
It's a good piece of running in itself. The fact that he's turning and he's essentially backing up for that third run. Yeah, let's watch Dylan between the wickets here. He comes back for 2, and he's leaving his options open to go for 3. So he's looking for it, and then changes his mind. But at least he was in a position to make that decision. If he wanted to go, he'd stolen 3 or 4 extra metres.
It's down leg side, called a wide. In the way he runs between the wickets, he reminds me of another Starry, plays for Vinarati. They're very, very similar. Both left-handers. I think they're both good batsmen. Mick Starry's been away from the game for a couple of years now. Took a trip to New Zealand with his lovely wife. But they're very, very similar. It's hit down beautifully. Should be 4, I think, and it will be. Just guided around the corner, nicely timed in between the 2 players. It's a boundary for Dylan Stain.
Yeah, and this is the length again. Just gave Stain something to work with, and his footwork's pretty good. Gets back in the crease. It makes it look a bit shorter than it was. And I think the outfield will be a little bit quicker today as well. I wouldn't say it's lightning fast. There's a bit of dew on the surface. I noticed at the beginning of the day, but I think it'll be drying out pretty quickly, and you can see Stain having no problems getting that one away to the boundary.
Comes Teb again. I want to get it towards the off stump though. He did. That one's hit over the top. And player coming around. I don't think he'll catch it, will he? Oh, he does well. He flicks it back. They'll come back for 2.
Yeah, and sometimes depends how the first bounce happens. Sometimes they kind of plug a little bit, and that's one that didn't really roll along, and otherwise it would have gotten to the boundary. It's a nice bit of work out there. I think that is Cheat Sharp, who came around to his left and was able to cut that one off.
Yeah, this it's a lush out. As the season goes on here in the Czech Republic and we get days like this, it'll dry out and get a lot faster. You rock back, hit that one towards cow corner. Won't get to the boundary. They'll run 2. They might run 3. I don't think they'll risk it, will they? Yes, they will. That's good running there from these two, Dylan Stain and Jan Hoffman.
Yeah, really good running because he just spotted the slip, and Jan is just acknowledging the crowd for running a 3. So let's have a look at him here. And we'll probably get another look at this because it's also the end of the over. And look at Jan coming back here. You might see him on the right-hand side of your screen, and he was pretty thrilled about it. He goes up and says to the crowd, that's probably the first 3 he's run in a while. Dylan dragged him through it. He's the pace setter, and Rangers have set the pace here. They're going at 10 and over after 4 overs.
Definitely
40 for 1.
Definitely in his mind, Jan Hoffman knew that 3 should be taken, but physically he was hoping it wouldn't be.
Well, we love Jan, don't we? Dylan Stain also doing the job for his team again. You mentioned this is an important partnership for them, and the Rooks, they really struggled, and obviously it was different conditions last night, but they only made 47 off their 10 overs, batting them out, and just couldn't get anything going with the bat. And already staring down the barrel of a big chase. Here's Gunasekaran with the ball.
It's going down leg, coming around the wicket there.
Yeah, well, have a look at this one again on the replay. And that's probably going to leg side, but the other thing is, just have a look at where Gunasekaran is, and the umpire's having a word to him about it. You see, when the ball hits the pad, Gunasekaran, he's not getting off the pitch. He is right in between the umpire and the batsman. That's a lesson to all of you out there. You need to get off the pitch, the side that you're bowling.
It's a difficult one for the... he does it again as well. I'm sure the umpire will have another chat to him.
It's not made of glass. That's the thing. This is a good piece of running again by Stain. They'll get 3 wides. And look, a natural thing for a right-handed bowler is to follow through to the left, but it's just the awareness of... You see there again, he's right in front of the umpire. That's not really smart cricket. You're not going to get a decision that way.
It's difficult to get an LBW decision anyway coming around the wicket to a left-hander. It would have to straighten because going back to the right-hand side, to the offside, because he's changing to over the wicket.
So
it's a good ploy.
Right here. On the leg side for a wide. It's one of my, I must admit, it's one of my pet hates. I haven't seen it too much except since I've been following cricket in Europe, and a lot of these players come from tape ball cricket as well. It's not so much of an issue, but we don't really have a danger area as such to contend with on the artificial surfaces, but it's just a matter of courtesy to the umpire.
It's done very well out there, the fielder. There was calls for catch it. If he'd come in a bit, he may have taken it, but I think he might have deemed that cutting off the 4 would have been a better ploy for him.
I'm not sure he would have gotten there, but at least keeping the scoring to a 1. Hoffman will be on strike now. Just want to say hello to Ram Crunthi from Men in Blue in Catalonia in Spain, who was there in our first tournament, and we don't have Rico with me. Saying hello to Rico. Rico's taking a bit of time off, and well, Ram, you're one of our favourite players to watch, especially with his fielding. He's He's from the St. Joshi School of Fielding, I think. But Ram, it's wonderful that you're able to join us, and we hope to see you again in Spain soon. And definitely going to get back there at some stage. Hoffman trying to swim back to the bowler. But yeah, Danny's with me, doing a good job as well. He's got all the inside knowledge on Czech cricket, and I say you've got your own style, Danny, but I quite like it. There's layers to what you bring to the table. Not just the layers you're wearing. Anyway, they're going to get back for two here. Even Hoffman, he's run this first one hard, so hard running is contagious, and this is good work from the Rangers.
Yeah, there's no bully from me, but hopefully I'm doing okay, Vinny.
I think you're doing a fantastic job, Danny. Enjoy working with you.
And I bring dogs to the table, well, to the game at least.
Literally to the table, at the commentary table. Tied to the commentary table, actually, so they're not doing any fielding. Talia is probably the risky one. And I get a bark every time you hit the ball down the ground. And I might talk after this ball about last night. You shared some Czech treats with us.
Mm-hmm.
And a little visit to the hotel with the crew. And we certainly enjoyed it. So we've got 49 on the board here. Still going around this 10 and over. Staying on strike.
He's hit that one to his leg. No run.
Remained there at 49 for 1 after 5 overs. Yeah, we enjoyed what you brought last week. I have to say that the winner for me was the stringy cheese that was tied up in a knot.
Yep.
What's that called again?
No idea. I have no idea what it's called. I've seen. I'm sure that I just don't remember the name. If there are any is anyone watching who knows what the stringy cheese in the Czech Republic is called?
It was like cheese. It's almost like a string or like a rope, a very thin rope of cheese. It was then tied around itself.
Yep.
But it was delicious. And then you brought an assortment of Czech craft beers.
Uh-huh.
So, luckily...
That one to his leg.
I mean, I'll admit, went back to my room after you left it and knocked me out after about 3 minutes. I actually had a dream that I slept in until match 3 and no one woke me up. I have to say that the winner for me was the stringy cheese that was tied up in a knot. Luckily I woke up at 5:40.
No idea. I have no idea what it's called. I've seen. I'm sure that his feet. Well, yeah, I'm just over the infield. It's a bit of a chase for the fielder out there. I think he's knocked it over the boundary. Has he?
Almost like a
sure, maybe it was just inside.
A rope, a very thin rope of cheese that was then tied around itself.
Yep. Tried to drag it back.
And then
he didn't quite drag it back.
Of Czech craft beers. Have a look here. So luckily, a good view of it here.
Pretty close to the boundary, and he dragged it, and he did well.
Yeah, my room after you left it a luck as well, I think. The backspin when he touched it the second time. I actually had a dream that I slept in until match 3, and no one woke me up. I have to say that the winner for me was the stringy cheese that was tied up in a knot. Luckily, I wake up at 5:40.
I have no idea what it's called. There are also some chips, I'm sure, in Australia. Well, yeah, I'm just over the infield. And chase for the a couple fielder out there. I think he's knocked it over the boundary. Garlic flavoured one, mustard flavoured. Like maybe it was just inside, but the man who makes them is so proud. Well, it's a good slow ball. He's put his name and his phone number on it.
That I found strange. Just my small correction. This is Padmaraju's first over. There's Naveen Gunasekaran. That's already bowled an over. Yeah, he does. His name was Peter.
Yep.
And he puts his phone number on his. He really stands behind his potato chips or his crisps, as you call them in the UK.
He does, and
we tried to give him a call, didn't we?
Steph Good sent him a nice message, loving his work.
Just want to say hello to Chris Pearce. He's saying, "Morning all. How's the pitch playing this morning?" I'd say it's playing pretty well so far.
Yeah, a couple have kept a little low, but yeah, in general, all week it's played pretty well. That one's hit in the air, should be caught. Rohit's under it. He won't drop this. Nice catch there. And Jan Hoffman, he'll have to go. Didn't really hit the ball very cleanly this morning.
Wasn't quite Jan at his best. You can see he's doing the right thing. Play the big shot. Still got Stain to bat around. Desh Moini hasn't he taken a couple of good catches in this tournament. This one you expect him to take it, but still made no mistake. And the second wicket goes down for the Rangers. It's 51 for 2.
Yeah, that was a very comfortable catch. Talia didn't react as well, so I think she's getting used to Rohit down here at mid-off.
So you know you've made it as a mid-off long off field on this ground when Talia doesn't bark at you when you come down to the boundary. She recognises Rohit Deshmoini Tim Orham's joining us from New Zealand. Says, looks like a sunnier day there today. Well, it certainly is. Not a cloud in the sky. And as you said to me this morning, said, Vinny, welcome to the Czech Republic.
Yeah, it's been... Oh, he's got him! Naveen Padmaraju. He's got 2 in a row, and it's the set batsman. And that's a really, really big wicket. And he's a very, very good bowler, Naveen. Just played all across the line there, Dylan Stone.
Yeah, and he'll know it too. He's just getting bits... Just basically playing the wrong shot here. Hitting across the ball that crashes into his off stump. So Stain goes. And you're right, both the set batsmen in consecutive deliveries. And well, it'll be the Iceman, Kudzai Chumasora, who's going to come out and face the hat-trick ball from Naveen Padmaraju. So a game-changing over here in the 6th from the Rooks captain.
He can play a bit, the Iceman, but I think we saw him have a very short innings. Did he get a first bowler yesterday? It was pretty close. Another left-hander. I think Naveen will aim at that same spot. There is normally a gap, a gate, I guess, for a left-hander that right-handed swing bowlers find. I love bowling. Same reason. And Naveen, the skipper, and comes up. Here's the hat-trick ball. And it's wide.
Danny, there's something about you sitting next to me. Whenever there's a hat-trick ball, it's always a wide. I would have thought he would have liked having left-hander up, and then he can just try and reproduce that same delivery that got Stain.
Yeah, exactly.
Who technically, I think is the best batsman on the Rangers, even though it wasn't the best shot selection from the captain on that occasion. Still, it's been a very good over.
It's pitched outside leg. He's the Iceman. We haven't seen the best of the Iceman yet.
It's very full. Let's have a look at this one, the replay. I'll slow this one down a little bit. You see, this one actually thinks it hits him on the full, but he's outside the leg stump.
Mm-hmm.
You see it does, and so that's why I won't be out. He's playing a stroke. And it's the end of the 6th over. And what a game changer that was from the captain, Naveen Padmaraju. And there were only 3 runs and 2 wickets off that over. It's 52 for 3 after 6.
Yeah, that was a big over. And as I said, Padmaraju, I think he's the key to this Rooks team. He and Rohit, I think, both.
Yeah, well, it's going to be Naveen Gunasekaran to bowl the next over. Good fielding by the wickets, and it'll give it to no run. Well, now look, 6 over check-in time. You've got 2 new batsmen at the crease, and I think there's every chance you can restrict them to something like a runner ball, especially if you bowl well. Even let's say 7 and over, I mean 28 will take them to 80. And the Rooks, all went wrong for them yesterday, but they do have a couple of players. I'd say if they're chasing 80, that's more or less a pass score.
He's got him.
Yeah, that's edged. I think I heard that one from here. Nice bit of work by Sujith Gopalakrishnan behind the stumps as well. Just thin edge, no foot movement from the batsman. And that's the end of Prague. He goes for a duck. And yeah, you see that little feather on this one. The umpire, he heard it. And unfortunately, Prague had to go. So, what a comeback it's been from the Rooks. They've been the whipping boys so far, but they're showing a bit of fight here in the first innings of the morning. It's 52 for 4.
Absolutely. They're, as I said before, they're a proud club, PCC, and they would have seen the game last night against United, where they were just not at the races at all, and they've been quite weak in this part of the draw. But it's a much better performance so far. There's a bowler again, just been dabbed down. It'll be cut off.
Rahat Ali,
single.
Yeah, he can bat. He's been put down the order this time. Well, they'll need some stability from him. And a few questions about the cheese. Now, Chris Pearce has said that the thin weave cheese is that Korbachki? How would you say that?
Korbachki, yeah.
Korbachki. That's delicious. And there was 2 types as well.
There was a smoked one.
Salty and saltier.
Yeah, salty and salty. There was one is smoked.
Yeah, the smoked one was. I actually liked them both.
If they could smoke anything in the Czech Republic, they would. Just anything. Breakfast cereal, anything. They would smoke it.
And Peter Young saying, is this the Czech cheese that tastes of nothing? I think that's the item.
No.
But come back to that in a moment. We see a nice shot off the pads by Chumasora. We'll get back for an easy 2 on this occasion. Now, we did have the item as well. I actually quite like that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Steph Gooch, he was mixing them together, saying it's the right amount of saltiness, nothing and everything.
Yep.
But I did like a lot of cheesiness. And,
it's sorry?
No, I just said it was excellent.
It's kind of weird with the item because you could tell it's cheese, you just can't taste it.
So I'm going to miss this time. Yeah, no, I think I was the one that made the comment. Like, it's just, you got a faint hint of cheese in this cube. It went down well.
Oh, yeah.
All right, John, there was none left. Put it that way.
Cheese is cheese. There's no bad cheese.
If there was a World Cup of finger food, then I think I'd be representing my country. Because I'm pretty brutal on it. There won't be nothing left at the end.
Bowling. Just bowling outside the left-handers off stump, and the Iceman just can't get a bat on it at the moment. It's really, really nice bowling. This time it's the other Naveen Gunasekaran. They've picked it up a couple of notches here, Rooks.
Now we've got a few questions about what's coming up, and we had some yesterday. And I can tell you, we can give you some information this morning about what's coming up in the Fancode European Cricket Series over the coming weeks. And we're actually going to be in Germany next. And that's after we finish in the Czech Republic. It's starting the 17th of May. We actually got 2 different series, one in Krefeld in West Germany and one in Kiel in the north of the country. Then we'll be in Malta for 2 weeks from the 14th of June. It's going to be great to get to Malta again. We were there late last year. And then, well, how about this? We'll be in England for the first time from Monday the 28th of June. It looks like we'll have 3 different series running over 3 weeks in England. So that's what's coming up. And, well, tell your friends. And, there's plenty more cricket coming your way. Fancode European Cricket Series this year. Yeah, so change of bowling. Winey coming to the attack, and the umpire was half signalling a wide there because it was a proper Gundy ball. In the end, he'll still use his arms to signal for.
Yeah, it wasn't a good start there. So a little bit down leg side, just helped along the way.
Just want to quickly mention Ahmed Hyatt, who said he's enjoying the commentary this morning. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Ahmed. You enjoy a nice Super Saturday on ECN. Beautiful day for cricket, beautiful day for watching cricket. We certainly hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching from around the planet.
Sometimes been clipped off his toes. So that man at that mid-wicket area, just a single, good fielding.
Good pick up by Padmaraju. Yeah, and a few people are wondering about the England series coming up. Looks like it'll be 3 different host clubs over 3 weeks. So it'll be some of the best of the amateur cricket scene in England, and they're very excited there. And ECB is on board. And, wow, how about that? ACS cricket from the UK.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. Oh, it's good bowling. The Iceman. It's I might send him a little message.